Hello everybody. So I'm borrowing my dad's truck. And of course I'm driving, so I'm channeling. So now I'm gonna do some rambling and channeling. If anybody has a cool name for this, by all means, help me out. We need a name for the motorhome and we need a name for my ramblings. Okay, so this is pertaining to my small group that I have. It's really interesting because I've been channeling it and helping them with their clairvoyance. And I keep seeing this, so this is what I see, because I was talking about the Royal Draco a lot lately, right? And I just wanted to tune into what the Royal Draco is. So, of course, I'm camping, and I go and do all these meditations and just chill and have a good time. But, you know, of course, with my whole family, which is like 40 people, but still, it's cool. It's another story. So, these Royal Dracos, I like started, okay, who are they and what's going on here? And this is what I got, is that there is a royal bloodline that comes down, right? There's this royal bloodline, and you guys can all muscle test if you're part of this royal bloodline. And then of course, everybody who's in this group is part of it, and the bigger Ascension integration group. But we need to figure out how to grow that group, because there's a message there that my guides keep telling me that I need to, like, that's part of my soul mission, is to gather those people. So if you guys have any ideas, any ways, you know, I'm gonna start making all these videos free. A lot of these I'm gonna just start posting in that, you know, and not just for my group, and I'll just figure out something, you know, else to do. It all works out, right? We're good. So you guys help me. When you connect with people, right, you're gonna know if they're part of this royal bloodline. They're gonna know if this is, you know, that DNA manipulation, that like the entity interference, that whole like, I know I was born a square peg in a round world, right? What in the heck is wrong with me, and why is it so intense? Why is it so much? Why, you know, all these things that we have gone through, that it's like, it's bullshit, man. Well, we're born with amnesia, and we, not only these lives, but heroes, all these other past lives. It's not like I do, you know, the past life hypnotherapy, right? There are a lot of people, it's just like, okay, 300 past lives. Okay, you know, but there's so many of us. And generally it's like, okay, 2,000 big, but there's some of us that are like 4,000. It's like, we're so ancient, but it's funny because we're such babies, you know? I feel like I'm in kindergarten and I'm like a scholar, you know, and of course that's my bandwidth, right? That's my bandwidth. But side note, bandwidth is the amount of like the capacity you're able to withhold, right? So as much as I'm able to forgive myself, I can forgive others and, you know, feel, you know, that gratitude of life. Or, you know, when I don't covet, then therefore when I'm not coveting, I'm in this state of like bliss, like, you know, gratitude. You know, it's the bandwidth we can hold. Okay, going back to this Royal Draco. So when I tuned into it, I'm like, okay, show me, like clairvoyantly, I've been like channeling and playing around with like, how do I teach how to be clairvoyant? How do I teach? Because I think that'd be like the coolest thing, is like teaching classes, spoon bending, right? Teaching classes how to be clairvoyant, teaching classes, like all this. There you go, there's the idea. Okay, thanks, guides, team. So, please, somebody, side note, don't let me forget, I made a list on who we call upon that I want to give to this group. But I didn't put all the star seeds in there yet, so I still need to do that. And that requires a laptop, and I'm camping, so there's that. But I still want to give it to this group, so you guys help me with that, okay? Okay, so I'm channeling this, and as I'm channeling this, I'm giving the gift to that group of how I channel, because it's like, when I figure it out for myself, right? That's why we can go through hell, because then if I figure it out for myself, then it's a gift I can give to somebody else like that, right? So I'm figuring out how to give this gift to you guys that I have as clairvoyance channeling, you know, and it was really cool because it showed me like, this is my path, this is my direction, these are my truths, but everybody has different truths, right? Because my truth makes me a better person every day, and it makes everybody who's around me be like, hell yeah, I'm glad I got to hang out with Hailey today, right? It was fun, it was great, but everybody has different truths. So I start, okay, I'm going to go back to that whole little what I was going to say. So I have to remember both of them. So we go back to everybody has their own truth, correct? And that is, it makes me, see, now I lost both of them, damn it. I passed a truck and I started thinking about passing the truck. Okay. So if truth makes me a better person every day, right? And everybody else around me. But there's different ones. So I started seeing like biblical. Okay, what is this royal Draco biblically? And it was like, oh my gosh. Dude, it's Satan. And there's a royal, so the royal Draco is the royal family that's not, oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. Grief. So it's the royal family that's the opposite of it, right? It's that Draco on the other side. It's that and so then I started just channeling the lineage, right? Which goes into the 12s, right? So one of the matrices that I solved, which was a really, really fun one. It was kind of the first one, like the big matrix that I solved is the 12s, right? So we have, okay, let me go into it. Let me remember. There's the 12 apostles, right? There's the 12 Greek gods. There's the 12 strands of DNA. There are the 12 tribes of Israel. Once upon a time, there were 12 planets. There are 12... Okay, which all brings to, so as you solve these, right, as you come to know, like, which God I connect with, or which, going into the 12 tribes, which, wait, can I share this? Yes, okay. So when I went into the 12 tribes, I actually realized that I was Rebecca. So when you connect, in the matrix that you're trying to solve, each one, I realized that I was actually Rebecca. And you go into like Jacob and Esau and, the whole story about Rebecca and Leah and, I was the mother. I was the mother to the 12 tribes. But then it was like I had so much compassion for those who were not set apart for God, right? By God. You have the Israelites, but then you have, nobody cares about you guys. And it's like, whoa. If I'm God, if I'm made in his image, I love both of them because I'm the mother, right? And then, like, we have these connections, right? Like, we have all these connections, okay, the Greek gods, but it all has to do with this DNA, and the 12 strands of DNA is this royal family that has been that fractal of God that has gone apart, and it's trying to come back together. And the trippy part is, I don't know, do I really even share this? Is it okay to share this? Like 100% truth, honest to goodness. Is there any? Okay, so one time I was doing past life hypnotherapy on my oldest child. And so she was outside of the earth, right? Because the earth was in a filament at the very beginning. So the filament was like this water thing around the earth, right? And it was a greenhouse effect. That's why Adam through Noah, because the rain was coming down from the filament because of that water circle, right? So that's why they all lived to be like 800 years, and now we only live, short ton of years because we're not in the greenhouse anymore. But she was outside of the filament, right? And she was standing there with her hands on it, and she knew what was going to happen. Okay, is Sammy okay with me sharing this story? Okay. And so she knew it was going to happen, but she chose it anyways. And so she stood there with her hands on the outside of the filament, and she predicted, now I'm cold, damn it. So she goes down into earth, and she was the first fallen angel, right? And there was, and she says that she was raped by Satan when she got down there. Like, she was raped by Satan. And the very, very first Nephilium was born. And the very first Nephilium was me. Like the giants, right? In the Bible, where it talks about the giants. But going back to that whole like perspective, right? Like, what is my truth? What's your truth? Some people have this biblical ones. Some people have like these ones. Some people have, you know, so I have to like take aspect of what everybody's truth is and help them see clairvoyance through that, because I was only seeing it through my truth and my path, which is a gift I want to give. But like, I'm sitting there following this windy river. All of our rivers are, I mean, we're all different bends, right? So that kind of sums that back up. Anyways, going back to the Nephilium. So I have another friend that I do hypnotherapy on, and her subconscious is, I mean, I love talking to her subconscious. It's so fun, because she'll be like, the vehicle has to water. I'm like, what? The vehicle has to water. I'm like, you mean she has to pee? Yes, the vehicle, because when you talk to the subconscious, it's not them talking, it's you're talking to like all of their team, right? And you're working on their team, which has helped me channel. That's why I can do that with you guys. But I was missing some parts because I'm, you know, we're all figuring it out, right? Okay, so going into my friend, so I was asking her, and her subconscious told me, and between her and my daughter, because there's this place, my daughter and I, you know, on the island where, you know, I blew the whole island up with crystals, that one, there's a crystal there that we can go back to and access all information, correct? So she says that I came into the world as Nephilium because I'm not supposed to be here on Earth. Because like there's the 12, you know, all this stuff. But everything and everybody, all of it is like ones and zeros, right? Everything's ones and zeros. Everything's, you know. And she's like, no, you're 3, 6, 9s, 12s, you know. When I was doing this hypnotherapy, and she's like, you're not coded to be here, but you pre-coded yourself to get in here because you have, you know, a mission, right? And that like boinks you back to that like Christ consciousness. Like, yes, absolutely, I do have a mission, you know. I do have a mission. I have, you know, but also like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? And you know, sometimes I'll take like long breaks because I don't know. It's like everybody that I hit, like the other, like I hypnoted my friend a couple weeks ago, and we go into 3 past lives, right? He's a high priestess. It was like Inca, Mayan, something like that, like Inca de Pirca, you know, yeah. Sorry, I'm wanting to now speak the language. And he was a high priestess, and he secretly had a daughter. And when it all got found out, I had to figure out how to use the windshield wipers. He was supposed to go sacrifice the daughter. Instead, he went and committed suicide. Which this is one of the guys I'm kind of somewhat dating-ish, kind of, you know, one of my cuddle partners. Oh my gosh. Come on, windshield wipers, you got this. That is worse. Oh my gosh. Rough sickles. Okay. And then we went to Venus. Can I tell this story too? Where he was a worker in a past life, and then he went to Mars, where his job was to observe me. And I have this clipboard, and I'm on Mars, and I'm pretty much all 100% in charge of Mars. Remember the past life story? If you guys don't know that one, I'll re-record it, but where I, you know, blew up this island, and then I was taken to Mars to manipulate DNA, which is, you know, my gift back to humanity. So of course, yes, that's what it is, right? But everybody I do these hypnos on is all about, like, they don't even do it on themselves. It's just me. And I'm like, you know, what the hell? And to be honest with you guys, like, what the hell? Like, I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I don't have kids right now. Like, I literally just go around and cuddle dudes. Oh, I have to tell you guys the story. So, going up camping, my brother, he invited his wife's brother, right? So it would be my sister-in-law's brother. And everybody was going around, you know, and they all kind of went to bed, and we were talking, and he's like, hey, do you want to play dice? I'm like, yeah, let's sure play dice. And he's this like old he used to be a rodeo, and he used to like ride horses. Cause you know, like the really short guys, he's like, here, his name's Doug. Anyways, he's a bull rider, you know. He's like, so what about those Cuddles I've been hearing about? I'm like, that is like the cutest, sweetest thing, you know. I'm like, Doug, do you want to cuddle tonight? And he was like, yes, I would, you know, I would like that. Like straight up like cowboy Wyoming chew in his mouth. He did shower that day though, so he did smell good. And we get up in the motorhome, and we turned into a taco, and it was like a Hailey and Doug taco all night. But it was fun because he was like, I haven't felt like this ever, because I do Reiki on them, you know, and I'll do cranial sacral, so I'm like studying cranial sacral, and I go through the meridians, and I go through the chakras, and I do all this stuff. Oh, I gotta drive slow. It's Memorial Day, and my mama lives by the cemetery. Gotta be respectful. Okay. So, anyways, so I cuddle Doug, and then my sister was like, "You do that like all the time, my mom?" Because there's like, you know, they don't. I'm not gonna say words that are. I'm gonna say they've seen the world through one lens, and I want to be an invitation for them to see the world through different lenses in love. Right? Anyways, I was telling them about, I'm like, yeah, I do it all the time, like 3-4 times a week. And sometimes if the guy's married, I have to have consent, you know, with the wife, and be like, okay, I have to make sure that this is cool, right? And she will be. And I don't think I've ever met anybody that hasn't. I just kind of know how to word it, right? But anyways, Doug, he's like, oh, this is the best thing. And it was so cute because I knew I had to go there for someone. And he told me, he's like, I feel like I'm brand new. He's like, I feel like I'm 20 years younger. And he's like, so thankful, so thankful. And the time with my brother has been awesome. We got up early this morning, went fly fishing. I mean, it was just super cool. But anyways, going back to this whole thing, our DNA is different. Who we are is different. It has to do with the planets. It has to do with like all these different things. And especially when you start looking at the 12s, because I know there's a whole bunch more. But I feel like I discovered this a long time ago, and I've been coding it in the water. But I feel like it's now at a high enough vibration to start sharing this. But that royal family, the Satan, and anyways, that all has to do with clairvoyance, because it all goes back to Lemuria, like those timelines, right? And just feel in yourself like how true, not true this is, and we can go deeper, further, whatever. Also ask, do I have to do with being Nephilium? Am I ones and zeros? Do I have this royal Draco thing? The back of the neck is huge. All this stuff. So as you listen to this, let me know. And I don't have service, so you can text me, but like energetically, you guys have no idea. Like I'll be like, I literally today was sanding my trailer because I want to go get some spray paint. I'm gonna paint my motorhome in my trailer. Woo! It's gonna be fun. And like Penny came to my mind, and it was funny because in part of the group, and I kind of got back with everybody on the mini session, but I hadn't on her, and it was like there was this energetic reach out, and I just sat there for like a whole hour. But then as I work on one person, I'm working on everybody else. But it's fun because Doug was an access point the other day, like for all of you guys, and because he's so broken by the way that women treat him, because he's a short man. He meets them online, and he'll load up horses and go all the way. He'll drive like 4, 5, 6 hours with horses and this, and and then at the end the girl's like, you're too short. And it's like, ouch, man, we treat each other horribly. And so all these guys are so broken. They're so broken. And anyways, that's my gift back to guys. I cuddle them, help them with their unbrokenness. I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. So I kind of made this on a dating app post about Jeffrey and I about going on adventures. And I went to Colorado like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. And I picked up, you know, on the dating app, right? There is a guy, he's the weatherman for the Denver News. He's driving 8 hours to go on an adventure with me, and I'm picking him up. That's why I'm coming into town, is to pick him up. I told him, like, these are my boundaries, these are my rules, this is what I, you know, if you want to adventure with me, come on, let's go live in 7D. We'll see how long you last, you know? And it's been fun. It's super fun, you know? Oh, the bagpipes. The best is when the bagpipes, yes. Okay, so I have not looked at my phone and I have service, so this is gonna kick my ass. But I gotta go. I love you all. To my team, post this in the regular group and the personal group, okay? And I will talk to you guys all later. Love you.